Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the life and legacy of Martin Luther King Jr., a towering figure in the fight for civil rights. His journey from a preacher's son to a global icon of equality is one of courage, conviction, and ultimate sacrifice. In just 7 minutes, we'll explore his rise, his impact, and the tragic end that shook the world. Let's get started. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, originally named Michael King Jr. His father, Michael Sr., a Baptist pastor, changed both their names to Martin Luther, inspired by the Protestant reformer. Growing up in Atlanta's black middle-class community, young Martin faced segregation's sting early. At 6, he lost a white friend when the boy's father forbade their playdates due to race. His parents, Alberta and Martin Sr., taught him to resist injustice with dignity, shaping his moral compass. King was a prodigy, skipping grades and entering Morehouse College at 15. He earned a sociology degree in 1948, then attended Crozer Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania, graduating with a divinity degree in 1951. There, he embraced nonviolence, inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. At Boston University, he earned a Ph.D. in theology by 1955, studying thinkers like Reinhold Niebuhr. While in Boston, he met Coretta Scott, a music student and activist. They married in 1953 and later had 4 children: Yolanda, Martin III, Dexter, and Bernice. In 1954, at 25, King became pastor of Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. The next year, Rosa Parks' arrest for refusing to give up her bus seat sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. King, chosen to lead the movement, organized a 381-day protest, urging black residents to walk or carpool instead of using segregated buses. His home was bombed and he was arrested, but his commitment to nonviolence held firm. The boycott ended in 1956 when the Supreme Court ruled segregation on public buses unconstitutional, thrusting King into national prominence. By 1957, King co-founded the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, or SCLC, to coordinate nonviolent protests across the South. He traveled relentlessly, giving over 2,500 speeches and writing 5 books. His philosophy blended Christian ethics with Gandhi's tactics, advocating love and resistance to injustice. In 1960, he joined student sit-ins at Atlanta's segregated lunch counters, facing arrest but galvanizing the movement. His leadership inspired thousands, though he faced criticism from some black activists who felt nonviolence was too slow. In 1963, King led the Birmingham campaign against Alabama's brutal segregation laws. Images of police using dogs and fire hoses on peaceful protesters, including children, shocked the nation. Jailed for demonstrating, King wrote his famous Letter from Birmingham Jail, defending nonviolent resistance against critics who called it extreme. That August, he delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech at the March on Washington before 250,000 people. Calling for racial harmony, he envisioned a nation where his children would be judged by character, not color. The speech became a defining moment, cementing his global influence. King's work fueled major victories. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 banned discrimination in public places and employment, while the Voting Rights Act of 1965, spurred by the Selma to Montgomery March, protected black voting rights. King's role in these laws earned him the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964 at age 35, the youngest recipient at the time. He donated the $54,000 prize to the movement, showing his selflessness. But King's vision went beyond race. By the mid-1960s, he tackled poverty and militarism, launching the Poor People's Campaign to address economic inequality. He opposed the Vietnam War, calling it a waste of resources that hurt the poor. This stance alienated some allies, including President Lyndon Johnson, and drew fierce backlash. The FBI under J. Edgar Hoover targeted King through its COINTELPRO program, wiretapping him, spreading smears, and even sending a letter urging him to take his own life. King pressed on, undeterred. In 1968, King went to Memphis, Tennessee, to support striking black sanitation workers demanding fair pay. On April 3rd, he gave his haunting "I've been to the mountaintop" speech, hinting at his own mortality. "I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we, as a people, will get to the promised land." The next day, April 4th, 1968, King was assassinated at 39. Standing on the Lorraine Motel's balcony, he was shot in the jaw by a sniper's bullet. He died within an hour. The killer, James Earl Ray, a white fugitive, was later convicted, though conspiracy theories persist, with some suspecting government involvement. King's death sparked riots in over 100 cities, reflecting the nation's grief and rage. President Johnson declared a day of mourning, and 300,000 attended King's funeral in Atlanta. His assassination didn't halt the movement but galvanized it, pushing Congress to pass the Fair Housing Act days later. Coretta Scott King carried on his work, founding the King Center to preserve his legacy. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life was a testament to courage and moral clarity. He faced violence, jail, and hatred, yet never wavered from nonviolence. His leadership dismantled legal segregation, inspired global movements, and earned him a permanent place in history. Today, his birthday is a federal holiday, and his words still guide the fight for justice. King once said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." His dream lives on, urging us to keep pushing forward. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. What's your favorite MLK moment? Join us next time for more stories that shaped our world.